Hey everybody, welcome back to the Junction Network. I'm Mark, and we've got a little anime weekly news roundup. This is the first of something that's going to be happening every Friday over here on the Junction Network. And we've had a lot of some good news drop this week as far as some new anime stuff as well, some Pokemon news, and then obviously some drama as far as like visas and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. So we've got a new Gundam called Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX, however you want to say that. Unlike the last one we had the past month, it was more like a projector type screen. This is an actual proper series that is getting a theatrical release on January 17th of next year, before it actually goes into the immediate aftermath. It's going straight into theaters, or not theaters, television. I can't speak. I watched this and I kind of had mixed feelings on this, though I'm very hopeful. It doesn't have the feeling of something like a Gundam Unicorn or the Origin, so this feels like an alternative timeline. I'm a little impartial to the Universal Century myself. It's what I kind of prefer, but I'll hold judgment until I get the chance to actually watch it and see what they want to do. I got the feeling it's more alternative universe, maybe something similar to what they did with the Witch from Mercury, which was a good show. Not my favorite Gundam series, but it's Gundam nonetheless. Watch this trailer. Obviously, at least from what I originally saw over here on X, wasn't subtitled, so don't know exactly what the plot, but just watching, you kind of get the feeling of probably what they're going to kind of do. I don't know. I was kind of up in the air. I didn't know exactly what the overall plot was. The animation quality, at least so far, looks good with the 2D, with the 3D animation for the mobile suits and stuff like that. But I'm just going to remain hopeful and optimistic. This is definitely going to be one that I'm watching when winter comes around. Obviously, if you are familiar with the Anime Junction Cast podcast, here the next week or two, on one of our episodes, we'll be talking about upcoming winter anime we're going to watch. This one's absolutely going to be on the list that I want to watch and kind of keep up to date with kind of week by week. So, well, I guess we'll strap in and see what happens. The other show that we had, finally, felt like, I don't know, years to finally get a third season of Fire Force, which I absolutely love. I fell in love with this show, and I mean, I didn't even need to see the trailer. I was like, season 3, got it, I'm in. I don't have it physically on me, but I finally got into reading the manga for it. So I got the first omnibus, which is like the first 3 volumes. I absolutely loved this show. I don't know how I feel about the split, so we're getting apparently the first half in April of next year, and then the second half of January the following year, so it's, gonna take the better part of, a year to get the full season. I don't know if we have any official, list of episodes. Hopefully if we're doing the split, it's gonna be 12 here, 12 there. 6 and 6 would drive me nuts and insane, but regardless, I'm glad they've took their time. It looks amazing. Oh man, I'm in love with it, but I really went back and rewatched it, started reading the manga, so it was kind of around where the first season was. But they can take their time all they want with this. As long as it's perfected goodness, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna eat it up. Hopefully you will too. So this was over on Anime News Network, some Pokemon. If you haven't heard recently, Pokemon TV is coming to YouTube. And they're adding actual anime on their YouTube. It makes sense. It's their property. They can do whatever they want. But what was it? The old Pokemon TV, if I'm not misremembering, had its own channel, and then I didn't feel like it had everything as far as to stream, and then it just kind of went away. It felt like an abject failure. So then bringing it to YouTube is actually really good. But with this one specifically, they say they're going to begin streaming the first 6 English dub episodes of the Pokemon anime all the way back from season 1. Which comes out today, this Friday, over on their YouTube. So if you want to go watch it, hey, here's a readily available way to watch this. And hopefully they're going to continue adding more. Kind of what they did. Eventually you can watch all of it, or at least a significant portion of it, instead of having to find maybe an out of print or buy a Blu-ray, or struggle to figure out where it's streaming. All those are always frustrating. At least they are to me. Because they say the Pokemon TV app ended its service back in March of last year, which obviously felt like it wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be. They obviously, Netflix, Hulu Prime, or Netflix Prime Video, Hulu, YouTube, is kind of where they're currently streaming stuff. It'd be nice if everything was in one location. Because I deal with this with Don Machi. I hate when you have to go to 2 or 3 different streaming sites just to watch one show in its entirety to some degree, or you run into the same issue that there's no legal streaming site to find it. So now it's kind of like if I want to legally watch this, I have to find an out of print copy, which I might cost me an arm and a leg at this point for old DVDs that stopped printing like 2010. So I'm obviously very hopeful with what they want to do. They currently say Netflix will stream the second season of Horizons starting February 7th. I don't know why I said Netflix at the beginning. But I mean, hopeful, good news for all you Pokemon fans. I haven't really been super into the anime for quite a while, but I've got a niche for collecting the cards, because why not? It's fun. And the last major stuff, this was, if you haven't been paying attention, a lot of drama's been around this one recently. I think that fits the screen a little bit better. This is straight drama and what you don't want to hear, but it's been an ongoing issue when it comes to censorship and stuff like that. Visa executive essentially came out and says, we're not going to use our processes for stuff that we don't like. Might be legal within the laws, but it's a bad look for us, so we don't want to supply it. And this has been an ongoing thing for forever. These are a lot of people need everything's online and stuff like that. Unless you can have a physical store, so it's like a website, you need a payment processor. But the fact that they can come through and say, no, we don't want to support you because we just don't like the content that you're putting out. Seems very, I don't want to say disingenuous, but I'd say outright evil. And it's an ongoing issue when it just comes to general censorship in the community, especially when it deals with anime, video games, a whole lot of manga, a lot of translation stuff out there. We don't like the kind of content, so you have to change for us or we're going to cut you off. I think this should be illegal. As long as what they're doing is legal, these sites should be treated, I think, the more I look into it, kind of like utilities. You have to supply this. Unless they're breaking the law, you don't have the right to go in and change stuff. Nobody cares. Visa, this isn't giving you a bad look. No, absolutely zero people care outside of terminally online people. And as much as I quasi fit into that, or I try to distance myself from social media the best I can, there's a handful of people online that might have been complaining about this. This just feels like they're trying to implement what they want. Hey, you're not saying or doing the right things that we want you to do, so we're going to cut you off until we kind of force this change. And I think this is just like a net negative, but I don't know how you get a change. You can cry and complain all you want online and social media and say this is bad. Do a petition that's going to go absolutely nowhere. But unless you get legislation on this stuff like that, I think this is going to keep happening. Visa is too big to where a few thousand people, we don't like this. What are you going to do? Stop using Visa? You have to get up all your credit, your debit cards, unless you absolutely want to go back to paying cash. But I think I've heard, I can't remember where I heard it, but I do agree with the sentiment that's been around that stuff like this is why cryptocurrency, something I don't personally like. I think it's more of a scam than anything else. But this is why cryptocurrency is becoming more prevalent, is because of crap like this. And I'm not going to complain. I think you're right, to go around, unnecessary censorship. As much as I don't personally like the idea of cryptocurrency with the blockchain, stuff like that. I mean, it's just going to push people that direction unless that's the 4D chess plan. But yeah, I don't want to dwell on some negative stuff for forever, essentially. But yeah, no, that's just some of the major news and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a lot of new anime announcements coming out. And it's not going to be this weekend, but I believe if I don't have the schedule up for me, maybe next weekend when we do the next Anime Junction Cast podcast, we're going to be talking pretty much exclusively new anime coming up. These two, 100% we're going to be talking about, though only one actually is relevant to the winter. But been getting a lot of anime trailers recently, so I have a lot of stuff I need to start piling up, figuring out, hey, what am I going to watch, what's relevant? I just need to watch all these trailers and figure out, what I want to watch, because 20 to 30 shows, I don't know, however many comes out each year, too much. I don't have enough time to watch it, and a lot of people don't, but I want to look and find those ones that, hey, this is either a gem in the rough or 100% love this, gonna watch this one out the gate. Which, at least for me, is going to be the Gundam show for sure, as I struggle to continue to catch up. It's like 40 years of Gundam to watch. It's a struggle, but I'm making that struggle to happen. So I want to appreciate everyone's support. Obviously, socials are all around with Discord, Twitch, X, and obviously the YouTube is already on screen. As well as quick shout out, if you've made it this far and you're interested in watching us stream, me and Brandon from the Anime Junction Cast, as well as the Game Junction Network, the Twitch, if I can point right down below there, is where we stream. We stream every Friday, Saturday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't speak. As well as noon on Sundays. And then if you go on the Twitch between Monday and Thursday, there's no set schedule, so it's just kind of whatever we end up having time to stream that week. So go down there, you can check it out. The our Twitch schedules posted on there, as well as on our socials of like what we're streaming and stuff like that. The only thing that doesn't change is when we stream Friday, it's the Anime Junction podcast. And then on Saturday, I think we're streaming tomorrow Warhammer 40k. It's just a game me and Brandon are playing, and then I'm playing a solo game on Sundays. This Sunday, live coming Sunday, will be Lollipop Chainsaw, and I'm also in the process of playing Xenoblade Chronicles DE. That's kind of like a every other Sunday type thing. But yeah, catch the rest of our socials if you're interested in streaming. Check out the rest of the socials, either on screen or down in the description below, and we appreciate your support. See y'all later, man. Peace out.